Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are painting this beautiful Misty lake from my book, which I will link in the description below. So I start with only Payne's Grey. This whole painting is only two colors, Payne's Grey and yellow ochre. So I'm using my number 8 Princeton brush over here, and I just start with a very light mixture of that Payne's Grey, and I am making this mountain shape. I'm doing the same thing on the other side, so it's quite a wet mixture, lots of water in it, just having a very light mixture and doing these random mountain shapes, but you're welcome to use the outlines and trace from them as well. So just lightly painted, lots of water, and so I sort of don't have that line in the middle. I'm going to add that just now, and then just these two mountain shapes. So add lots of water to this Payne's Grey mixture, and we are painting the bottom part. You really want to use a lot of water for this because you want to sort of paint wet on wet when we add some more color just now, and we want it to be a fairly wet lake to give that misty effect. So I'm doing the reflection of the mountains using Payne's Grey, this very light mixture, but because it's quite wet, it will bleed a little bit into the others. And then I also sort of just do these slight darker lines here and there to give the effect of a little bit of ripple on the water. At the top part, I'm making a bit darker, so the mountains, I'm just adding a little bit more to that and to the reflection first while it's still wet, having it bleed into the other parts, and then doing the top part of the mountain a little bit darker as well. Sort of letting them blend into each other, as you can see. For now, just creating that very soft look. This is the second layer that I'm doing on my mountain, and it's just a flat wash, wet mixture. I'm just blending in the sides a little bit more, adding a bit more water on my brush, and sort of just lifting and blending some of these colors up here. Now, I want this sort of this grass patch to be in the foreground. So what I'm doing is just doing a flat wash of that Payne's Grey as well, adding a bit of foreground. Still using that same number 8 Princeton brush. You can add a little bit of the warm sepia here if you've got those 9 colors that I'm using throughout this book. If you have them ready, you can add a little bit of that brown. So letting this dry completely, using you can use a hot air gun, or you can use just an old hairdryer like I've got here. Now I'm taking my rigger brush and I'm first going in with that yellow ochre. So you can use a liner or a rigger brush for this step. And just do some grasses over here. First just with the yellow ochre, and then you can go in with the Payne's Grey and add some more. So this video is sped up only once, you know, or twice or whatever. So it's just a little bit faster than doing it in real time. This took me 14 minutes to paint in total, and this video is about 7 minutes. So you can always pause and do the step and then play again. Now I'm using that old brush that I like to use, an old cheap brush that I've sort of cut up for some texture. And I'm just going to do the same. First, a bit of yellow ochre, just creating a bit of texture. And then I'm going to take my Payne's Grey and I'm going to add some darker grasses and just some some darker areas here as well. Remember, this is in your foreground, so you're sort of standing on this grass patch or mountain at the edge of the lake, looking out, seeing these grasses, so it's darker than the rest of your painting. Adding a bit of yellow ochre just here at the bottom and sort of just blending that in. Okay, now let's do the sky. So for the sky, I'm just going to do sort of a flat wash, and then I just want to add some soft clouds in the sky. So still just using that Payne's Grey. First painted with water, so I'm doing a wet on wet. So I painted the area just with water, then I painted with the Payne's Grey, and I'm just using my microfiber cloth here to lift up some clouds. Let this dry. I like using the microfiber cloth because it's reusable. You can just wash it. Once it gets quite dirty, I just wash them and happy to reuse them again instead of going through lots of paper towel. So I'm just making these mountains a bit more darker. And I'm painting wet on dry. So just a darker mixture than before, a flat wash. And there we have it. So I hope you enjoyed this painting. I hope you had fun doing it. And yeah, please share with me if you tried it. I would love to see. So you can add a little bit of darker areas in your water, in the lake here in the front. Add some final touches. Make it a bit darker if you want to and blend those in. So I hope you've had fun. Thank you for painting with me today, and I'll see you again next time.